Now I will start off by saying that Forza 6 feels 100% overhauled compared to Forza 5. Forza 5 felt very empty, very dull, just didn't have very much sustenance to it. But Forza 6 feels so much better. There's so much more to do, the career is full, the physics are great, and the graphics are beautiful as always. I've played the game for almost 2 weeks now, and I've still only scratched the surface. With over 450 cars and 26 racetracks, Forza 6 doubles the content compared to Forza 5. The 26 racetracks, including tracks like Road Atlanta and Nürburgring, are absolutely beautiful. Turn 10 paid enormous attention to detail when crafting the racetracks. Everything about them looks perfect. They paid attention to such things as like graffiti on the walls, graffiti on the track, especially on the Nürburgring. As we all know, there's tons of graffiti on the Nürburgring. Even the grass that falls over the edge of the road onto the pavement is there. All the cracks in the pavement, all of the skid marks everywhere, scratches on the guardrails, it's all there. It's amazing how much attention to detail they've put into this game. And it's not only on the tracks, on the cars too. The cars look beautiful. Everything is crafted perfectly. Everything looks the way it does for real. It's amazing the way they can make this game. The sheet metal on all the cars is formed exactly as it is on the real cars themselves. The interior of the cars is as beautiful as the exterior of the cars. With Forza Vista, you can walk around, you can look in and out of the cars, you can open the hood, you can open the trunk, you can open the doors, you can sit inside of it, you can crank it up and listen to the exhaust pop and gurgle. It is amazing. It's almost like looking at the real thing. When you sit down inside of the car in the game, you can look around and everything is exactly as it is on the real life cars. It's fantastic. More important though than both the beautiful tracks and cars is the game's new physics engine. As I've said, it is fantastic. But even with a controller, when you take a car out onto a track and you start to drive, it's amazing the way that the car's weight and feedback can all be felt through an Xbox controller. Turn 10 has some magical powers that allow them to really put the car into your hands and really allow you to control it. Until Forza 6, it hasn't been this way though. With Forza 5, if you get into the car, it just doesn't feel the way a real car should feel. It felt very slow, very lumberous. They couldn't go around corners well, they couldn't brake well. If you broke too late, you would slide off of the road into the grass. But in this game, in Forza 6, if you brake late, you can still dive into those corners, you can still make it out the other side, and it feels amazing. If you dive into those corners too quickly, you can oversteer, and if you oversteer, you can hold on to it. You can drift these cars in this game. In Forza 5, if you tried to drift, you probably end up backwards in a wall. But in Forza 6, if you drift, you can really drift. You can slide all the way through. You can initiate that oversteer. You can go all the way through the corner with a big billowing cloud of tire smoke coming out from behind you. It's truly wonderful to play Forza 6 and not feel stressed and frustrated with the physics. It truly feels the way that the game should have felt all along. I think Forza 6 is probably the best that Turn 10 has ever done to date. It's wonderful to play Forza 6 and be able to have epic amounts of fun rather than to struggle and just feel frustrated the whole time with the physics system. It's amazing to feel the car the way a real car should feel and not to be frustrated wondering why the car doesn't behave the way a real car does in real life. Now, while the physics of the game are by far the most important aspect, it's not the only thing that's been improved. While I will say they still have issues, the in-game opponents, the drivatars, they are much less mechanical and much less predictable than they have been in the past. Now, I say that, and I want you to take that with a grain of salt, because they're still not perfect. They still have issues. Now, these drivatars are supposed to be based off of real-life players, and in Forza 6, it's a little bit easier to see that. Now, you still feel like you're playing against a computer. They don't feel like you're really racing real people, which is understandable. It's not easy for them to transfer the feeling of a real person into a computer-aided system. However, though, they do feel more lifelike than they have before. They'll avoid you, they'll get out of your way, they'll crash into you, they'll crash themselves. They feel more, or should I say, they feel less perfect than they have in the past. They used to be too composed, too careful, and really just overly bland. Now, though, they really make the game feel more fun and really make it more interesting. They really feel like opponents. Now, again, they don't feel like real-life players, but they do feel like solid opponents. They make the game fun, and they make it a little bit more challenging. Overall, they really help just to complete the single-player career mode. Another awesome aspect of the single-player is the new perk system called mods. Now, these mods are options in the game that will boost your stats or present challenges that, if completed, offer boosted credit payouts or XP gains. It's a small but fun and interesting addition to play around with in single player that really helps to flesh it out and fill in the game. Forza 6 also offers a revamped menu system that feels so much better than they have in the past. Turn 10 usually does a great job with their menus. I've always thought that they do, but in this game it's very well designed and it's very ergonomic. It makes it really simple. Everything's right where it should be. Everything's swift and easy to use. Front and center, you've got the single player career mode. You've got displays for both the primary event, the secondary showcase events, and next you've got the Find a Car, My Car screen where you can go through and you can look for your cars, you can find cars that you want, and after that you can go over to the customization screen where you'll find all the upgrades and the customizations and the paints and all of that cool stuff, where you can add wheels and tires and suspension and whatever you want to do to your car, just to really narrow it down and make it your very own. Now, before I finish up, I must address an issue or two. Of course, I already talked about the drivatars. They're not perfect. I think they still need work, but I'm also very pleased with where they've gone. The biggest issue is in multiplayer. When you get on multiplayer and you hop into a race, people don't have any courtesy. Now, I'm not speaking for everybody, but at the very beginning of what seems to be every single race, there will be a massive pileup between all of the cars. Now, I understand that the developers can't really do anything about this. It's just the community, it's just the way people play. But it's so frustrating because if you start in the front of the pack, you have a pretty good chance of escaping if you're lucky enough to make it through that first corner without the entire rest of the pack just plowing into you. But if you start in the middle of the pack, or if you start in the back, you almost have no chance of making it through there. If you start in the middle, you've got about a 50-50 chance. Like, you might be able to make it out, but if you don't, you're going to be crushed by hundreds, well, not hundreds, there's only 24 cars, but you're going to be crashed into by everyone, it feels like. If you start in the back, you have to try and navigate through that accident. Cars flying everywhere, tire smoke everywhere. You can't see, you're just diving into this horrid mess of crushed sheet metal and flying cars. It makes it really hard to play multiplayer and really enjoy it. Now, I understand that the developers can't really do anything about this. It's really just the players themselves. But it would be nice if the developers could do something that maybe would lessen the amount of players in a game so that it's not always 24 cars, because it always seems to end up being about a 12-car pileup right at the beginning of the game. Otherwise, though, there's not really any issues that I can find with this game. So far, it seems to be just about perfect and seems to be just about what Turn 10 has always been going for. I'm very pleased with the way it plays. I'm very pleased with the way it looks. It's so much fun. I've been playing it off and on for the last few days, and every time I play it, I always have so much fun with it, and it will always bring me back for more. I hope this review helps some of you guys out. I guess I'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.